and welcome back to another episode of CFS Connect. Nama saya Arisa and hari ni kita ada seorang guest, seorang brother, seorang student dengan kita hari ni yang akan ceritakan tentang something yang berlaku dalam hidup dia. So before that, how about you introduce yourself first?
Alright, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So Assalamualaikum, my name is Akmal and I'm from the course Econs.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys notice tapi sebelum ni Brother Akmal ni last semester dia pakai crutches, dia pakai tongkat sebenarnya dekat CFS. Jadi can you tell us what happened?
Dia sebenarnya I got into an accident, motorcycle accident lah, and I fractured my tibia plateau. So basically if this was your knee, it's the bottom half of your knee to end. So it fractured into 3 pieces and I had to undergo surgery. So I thought dia macam simple-simple letak besi and everything was gonna be fine, but turns out lepas tu ada kena infection sikit which prolonged the recovery, and yalah, so a week recovery became a month and a half in the hospital and a lot of recovery at home as well. So I had to take a study leave for my first sem at UIA. So that sums it about lah.
Okay, so how many surgeries did you go through?
I had 3 surgeries all in total lah. The first surgery was to, the initial plan, which was to letak besi kat dalam tu kan. The second surgery is when they found out I had the infection. So memang lepas doktor nampak je, sebab hari tu sepatutnya discharge. So bila diorang nampak je, dia kata oh ni ada infection ni. Malam tu terus buat surgery. And the third surgery was the complex one, sebab diorang, it took them some time to figure out what they have to do and how are they gonna recover it and make sure the infection is not there. So all 3 surgeries, it was done about in a span of a month and a half.
So you were in the hospital for a month and a half?
Memang dalam hospital saja, tak ada keluar, tak ada apa.
What was it like? It must have been very emotionally challenging because you were an active person before that, right? You were quite an active person, and then suddenly something happened that caused you untuk tiba-tiba tak boleh jalan, tak boleh nak, your mobility is disturbed, right? So how did you recover or try to motivate yourself untuk come to where you are now?
Dia sebenarnya macam, it's really, for the first week I felt that it was okay. Macam biasalah kita bila benda terjadi, masa tu tak adalah stress sangat kan. Lepas tu fikir macam, oh tak apa lah, ni seminggu buat surgery, recover sikit, okay dah, back to normal again kan. But starting from the third week tu, memang dah start rasa mentally down. Physically tu pun dah rasa macam lemah, rasa sakit semua kan. So I really felt like by the third week and moving on, I didn't have that energy or that motivation to keep on going. With the doctor every day giving me bad news, memang rasa macam penat dari segi fizikal, sebab kita tengah hadap semua benda ni and kita tak boleh nak bergerak, kita tak boleh nak jalan. Macam kalau dulu rasa bosan boleh main bola, boleh lari semua kan. But this one memang kena duduk kat situ je hospital and you're tied up to all these wires kan. So it affects you mentally and physically as well. But the only thing that kept me going that time was boleh kata pegang pada satu ayat Quran ni, which is, there's a part of it which it says la yukallifullahu nafsan illa wus'aha. So dari ayat tu, dia basically the translation is Allah takkan uji hamba-Nya luar kemampuan mereka kan. Kita selalu dengar tu.
Betul.
So when I heard that ayat, it makes me feel calm, because I feel like, okay, if Allah has that trust in me that I can go through this test, then why can't I trust myself to do this? And there was also like, فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا إِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. Yang tu macam after hardship, there will be ease. So biarlah susah-susah duluan and then senang-senang kemudian. And another one is, I had the support of a lot of people that time, and which that really gave me the motivation to see the support from them. Because sebelum ni kalau kita sihat, kita cegah semua kan, sometimes kita terlepas pandang that support and that motivation yang orang-orang lain bagi kita, sebab kita rasa macam oh kita je sendiri, we're more focused to ourselves. Tapi that time memang nampak lah the support from my friends, from my family members, yang auntie, aunts, uncle, sepupu semua kan, diorang asyik tanya, diorang asyik datang jauh-jauh. So that really gave me the motivation. But overall, I would say it's my real family, which is my dad, my mum, my sisters and my brother. Diorang memang tolong banyak-banyak lah sangat time tu. Sebab yelah tak boleh nak gerak, tak boleh nak pergi sana sini sangat. So memang perlukan someone there that time. So my eldest sister was always there. And my mother memang selalu ada kat situ. Banyak benda yang dia boleh kata korbankan untuk saya and that time. Walaupun dia kerja kat Putrajaya semua, dia sanggup pergi, sebab I was admitted to hospital Sungai Buloh kan. So dia sanggup ulang-alik. And untuk siapa-siapa yang tak tahu, Sungai Buloh dengan Putrajaya is like what, 1 hour away. Sometimes kalau jam boleh dekat 2 jam kan. But she never complained, she never said anything. She's actually one of the strongest women I've ever met lah. Sebab masa kat hospital tu memang tak pernah nampak dia nangis sekali pun. Kalau nampak pun bila time nak pergi surgery, tu je time dia time dia nangis. 3 kali nak pergi surgery tu, itu pun bukan nangis yang betul-betul nangis lah, just nampak mata berair kan. From what I get from that is basically yang dia kenalah kuat kan. Anak dia dah macam struggling, takkan dia nak tunjuk pun yang dia vulnerable. So she has to be strong for her son and all. So memang I appreciate so much lah. I owe her a lot. Memang jasa dia tak boleh dibayarkan lah, orang kata kan. So memang rasa sedih kadang-kadang sebab I put my mother through that situation where she has to see her son struggle and be in pain. And what's worse is sebab yelah she doesn't have that expert in the fields kan.
Betul.
So dia tak ada rasa macam she doesn't have the power to do anything. She can just watch. Tapi dia orang yang tenang lah kita kata. Sebab bila nampak kita sakit pun dia tak cakap banyak. Dia just terus selawat, buka ayat Quran ke apa semua kan. So memang to me, out of this situation yang paling banyak berkorban adalah dia. Sebab she did it all with a little help from my sisters and all. Tapi my dad, he's not always home. Dia selalu kerja overseas semua kan. So she has to do it alone lah sometimes. And I appreciate her for that sampai sekarang pun. And to me that is a hikmah to the situation. Memang I rasa macam, sebab bila benda tu jadi, I fikir, I tanya dalam diri, kenapa? Like why did this happen? Apa hikmah sebalik benda ni kan? Sebab we know every bad things mesti ada hikmah dia kan. So I was looking for that hikmah. And Alhamdulillah now adalah realise sikit-sikit hikmah dia semua kan. Macam now I'm closer to my family, Alhamdulillah. Sebab before this I was not really close to my family. I would like to go out and everything. Tapi lepas semua benda tu jadi, now I'm more close with my family. I'm talking to my mother and sister about things that I wouldn't imagine myself talking about with them before the accident. So that's why when I think about it, macam sometimes bila kita ada buat benda yang kita regret, kita rasa macam, weh, kalau aku tak buat benda ni, mesti aku dah dapat boleh buat benda ni kan. But to me, when I think about it, when I have that kind of thought, I can fikir macam, tak apalah benda ni jadi, at least I have the things I have now.
There's so many other good things that happen kan.
So there's so many other good things that happen that if I were to go back in time, I might not change what already happened. Sebab I'm not sure, kita tak nak yakinkan diri yang kita akan ada apa yang kita ada sekarang without it happening.
Betul.
So to me, I felt sekarang dah rasa bersyukur lah. Maybe ini Allah nak tunjuk macam, oh okay, it was not really a dead end. It's more of a way of Allah showing to I was going too far away from the path, so Allah put me a step back and let me like really think about where I'm going. So that's how I see it. So that's how I somewhat motivate myself lah. Macam tu.
Faham. If you don't mind me asking, how did your mother find out that you got into the accident? And like, how was her reaction mula-mula tu? Because it must have been really shocking kan?
Yeah, so the way she found out was it was 3 a.m. when everything happened kan. So yelah, when it happened, I fell down semua. There was a couple of bystanders that went to me and asked me if I was okay, and they called the ambulance really fast. But coincidentally, a cop car, the police car came and asked me where's my phone and all, and he was the one who called my mother from my phone. So I would imagine it would be pretty shocking as a mother when you look, is your son calling you at 3 a.m. and when you pick it up, it's a police officer kan.
Betul-betul.
So memang that's the way she found out. And my journey to the ambulance tu kan, I was like, aduh tolong lah. I didn't want to meet my mother sebab yelah takut dia bebel. Mak kan suka bebel semua kan. So memang takut lah dia bebel. Memang rasa macam aduh, orang tengah sakit, orang memang tak nak dengar bebel apa-apa. Memang tak nak. But Alhamdulillah sebenarnya bila dia jumpa tu, dia macam, she was very calm. Dia tanya lapar ke tak semua kan. Memang tak ada kata, tak ada bebel, tak ada apa kan. So Alhamdulillah lah.
Faham. When you said you had to take a study leave, right?
Yeah.
That means you joined CFS later than everyone else.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sebab sebenarnya I got my SPM result. I was in the hospital.
Oh ya ke?
And actually I think that was one of the reason that really motivated me. Sebab I'm not someone who's always studying, who's always at home looking at books. I'm not that type of person. I'm more of a suka lepak semua kan. Walaupun mak dah banyak bebel semua. So when I looked at my SPM and I saw that I got 7 A's, it was already shocking to me. I was surprised by myself kan. But when I showed it to my mother to see her proud and happy semua kan, I felt like it gave me like that happiness and motivation to keep on going. Masa tu pun dah nak keluar lah. So
it happened in the hospital. You dapat result in the hospital.
Even kan orang selalu pergi sekolah untuk naik pentas kan. Alhamdulillah my school principal dia yang datang
datang hospital.
Bagi apa tu yang besar tu kan 7A pap masih kat hospital. So memang it really gave me a lot of motivation to work through and keep on going lah that time. So back to the UIA, I had to take a study leave sebab that time the doctor didn't give a green light to come back and study sebab kat sini kan kena jalan pergi kelas semua kan.
Ya, betul.
So memang doktor tak bagi apa-apa green light sebab that time pun tak boleh nak jalan sangat.
Belum fully recovered.
Belum fully recovered.
Are you fully recovered now?
Sekarang pun not really fully recovered. Still ada macam kalau orang tengok jalan tu akan nampak lah tak smooth sangat kan. So it's not fully recovered, but Alhamdulillah now I don't have to use any assistance like crutches or anything. Boleh jalan macam biasa, cuma adalah nampak yang tak smooth sangat tu kan. So that has to be worked on in physiotherapy.
So you go back and forth here to physiotherapy quite a lot.
Yeah, I do my physiotherapy at Subang Jaya semua kan. So I have to go back and forth every weekend, kadang-kadang every 2 weekends. So I have to balance that lah.
When you came to CFS, what was it like making friends? And then you came into CFS pakai crutches semua, and semua orang nampak benda tu.
Yeah.
How did people perceive it? Lecturers, kawan-kawan semua.
Well, we start off with how I felt lah. Masa datang CFS dengan crutches tu memang rasa full of insecurities. Confidence memang down. Bukanlah sampai rasa macam sedih, but it's just more to malu. Yelah sebab kita macam we're different lah, lain daripada lain kan. So rasa macam semua orang tengok, semua orang tengah judge, semua orang tengah tanya dalam otak orang sendiri macam kenapa kan Mamat ni kan. But Alhamdulillah lepas masuk kelas, a lot of people were actually caring about it lah. Macam lecturers, kalau macam kelas tu second floor atau first floor kan, dia akan tanya, awak nak saya tukar venue ke? Awak nak ni ke? Awak ni? Dia akan tanya so that they could help ease my way through day kan. So that's through the lecturer. But when it comes to students and friends, itu memang rasa segan sikit lah. Sebab yelah masuk third intake is already one semester done. Maksudnya semua orang during the first intake, second intake tu dorang semua dah ada geng-geng dorang, dah ada orang kata sekarang kroni-kroni dorang lah kan. So takkanlah kita nak tiba-tiba selit masuk, ataupun why would they, in my head lah, why would they add a newcomer into their group kan. Diorang dah okay semua. Lagi-lagi newcomer yang macam pakai crutches, sebab time tu pakai crutches kan. So memang rasa macam tak apalah, biar je kan, buat hal sendiri je lah kan. Tapi lama-lama masa dekat dalam kelas semua, orang akan datang tanya, oh nama apa, oh semua kan. And eventually makin lama makin ramai lah orang kan. Sebab I'm not really that type of person tu macam biar sombong, select ke apa. Tak ada. Kalau ada orang tegur je lah balik kan. So out of all my classes semua, memang akan ada orang yang curious nak tahu kan kenapa jadi semua tu. So I will just tell them, I won't be too discreet with it. So yeah, Alhamdulillah sekarang pun dah ada kawan-kawan, dah ada group sendiri kan, yang rasa macam they welcome me in. Lagi kelas-kelas Arab. So dekat dalam kelas Arab tu memang, dekat situ dalam kelas Arab tu sebenarnya diorang semua dah kenal each other. So memang time tu rasa macam segan gila, sebab masing-masing dah kenal each other. Tiba-tiba pub kita budak baru, dah lah kita masuk 2 minggu lambat. That sem kena masuk 2 minggu lambat kan. So memang rasa malu lah, rasa macam ni rasanya sorang-sorang je lah ni kan, sebab diorang ada geng-geng diorang masing-masing. But turns out they were very welcoming and they're very caring. Macam even sampai sekarang kan, walaupun tak pakai crutches ke apa, diorang akan tanya, kau okay Akmal? Kau nak apa-apa kan? So I'm really thankful lah that Allah has sent me these people to take care of me at CFS. So memang the environment here is okay. The environment here is very caring and
very welcoming of you.
Very welcoming and very thoughtful of people with disabilities.
How about you share with us, as someone who went through something really, this is very eventful and it's not something that's common, you know. So how about you share maybe a few words of wisdom to motivate people who are also going through a rough time right now, and hopefully it can help them.
Sure, I think word of wisdom I would say the best word of wisdom that I can give you is to trust Allah lah. Letak kepercayaan ke Allah, yang Allah lebih tahu apa yang kita tak tahu kan. Kadang-kadang apa yang baik untuk kita tak semestinya apa yang kita nak tak semestinya baik untuk kita. And apa yang kita tak nak tu tak semestinya tak baik untuk kita. So kita kena percaya kepada jalan yang Allah dah tentukan kepada kita. And the other thing is, keredaan tu penting. And kita pun sendiri kena redha dengan keadaan kita sekarang. If Allah take something away from you, you have to be able to accept that. So dulu pun masa doktor datang cakap pasal all the bad news semua kan, like for me, saya suka main bola, saya suka lari dulu kan, memang an active person in sports. And bila doktor tu datang yang cakap, oh kemungkinan untuk awak start main bola, untuk lari balik kurang, and that might demotivate me. But for me to excel and progress in my recovery, I have to be able to accept that and macam percaya je yang Allah lebih tahu. So I think that's the biggest advice I could give to anyone lah.
Trust in yourself and trust in Allah.
Trust in yourself and trust in Allah. And jangan rasa macam sebab kita banyak buat dosa dulu, kita rasa macam kita ni jahat, kita tak boleh nak minta tolong ke Allah. Memang Allah tu kan Maha Pengampun.
Betul-betul.
So I think that is something that a lot of people should think about, to trust in Allah and trust in yourself, and make sure to always seek for forgiveness.
Okay. By the way, brother Akmal, you are involved in the entrepreneurship day.
Oh yeah,
event, upcoming event, right?
Yeah. Okay, so on the 30th and 31st of May, dekat Khawarizmi Hall, saya akan berjual kerabu Maggi dengan green tea, sempena E-Day untuk bisnes, budak-budak bisnes semua kan. So jemput datanglah semua orang. Harap-harap korang datang. And kalau korang tak nak beli pun kerabu Maggi tu, tak nak beli green tea ke apa, datang je. Banyak lagi option lain dekat situ. Korang boleh datang, tengok-tengok. And kalau korang tak nak beli makanan apa-apa pun, tak apa. Datang, tegur pun dah okey dah. Datang meriahkan keadaan.
Okay. Apa nama, what is your booth name?
My booth name is Sawat di Cup. Maybe adalah terlalu kat TikTok ke apa kan.
Ada Instagram juga kan?
Ada Instagram.
Jangan lupa follow. Okay, so that wraps up today's episode. Don't forget to follow CFS Connect on Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe to the YouTube channel for new upcoming episodes. I think that's all for us. Thank you. Bye-bye. Assalamualaikum.